Hi, I'm Gary Vurnum, and if you've been running a business for a few years now, what I'm about to share is especially for you, because I'm not here to pile on another productivity tip or motivational quote. I'm here to introduce you to a principle that's helped hundreds of business owners escape the weight of complexity and rediscover a more powerful, more peaceful, more profitable way to grow. Now, a little background so you know where I'm coming from. I started in business when I was just 16. I worked in the city. I built businesses, coached leaders, managed developers, launched digital products, and seen behind the curtain of companies both thriving and struggling. But what I noticed again and again was that it wasn't lack of talent or ambition holding people back. It was complexity. And the more successful someone became, the more complex things got, until they hit a wall. That's where the one principle comes in, and that's what I'll be sharing with you today. Let me ask you something honestly. Has your business become more chaotic as it's grown? Do you feel like you're running faster just to stay in the same place? Maybe your team is growing, your revenue is climbing, but your clarity and your enjoyment is shrinking. You might feel like you're the bottleneck now, that your to-do list never ends, that you've lost sight of the bigger picture, and when you do get a free moment, you're too burnt out to figure out what to fix. If that sounds familiar, then you're in exactly the right place, because this short video is built for people like you, the experienced business owners who've achieved a level of success but now find themselves weighed down by their own growth. And you're not alone. I've worked with many business owners who've reached this same point, and what I'm going to show you today has helped them turn it all around by focusing on just one thing. Let's name the real issue here: complexity creep. You didn't plan for your business to become this complex. It happened gradually, one client at a time, one software tool at a time, one new offer at a time. At first, it's manageable, but then one day you wake up and realize you built a machine that requires constant attention just to keep going. It's fragile, it's messy, and it's pulling you in 10 different directions. We've been taught to think that more means better. More offers, more clients, more systems, more strategies. But the truth? More is often the enemy of momentum, because when everything is a priority, nothing is. That's what I mean by complexity creep, when the business you built starts to bury you, and you're left juggling dozens of moving parts, unsure of which one is the key to real growth. So what's the solution? Not more effort, more clarity. Here's what complexity creep actually looks like in real life. Too many tasks, things you should be doing but don't really make much difference. Too many tools, apps, platforms, systems that don't speak to each other. Too many clients, and not all of them are the right fit. Too many offers, each one slightly custom, slightly messy, and increasingly hard to manage. Too many opinions, your team, your peers, your partner, the internet. Too many decisions, and decision fatigue is real. Every single one of these adds to your mental load. They slow you down, pull your focus, and dilute your energy. And when you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see the way out. You feel busy, but not productive. You're doing more, but earning less. You can't tell what's working anymore or what to fix first. And that's where most business owners get stuck. The business that once gave you freedom now feels like a burden. You got into this to create something meaningful, something profitable, something that gave you flexibility, impact, maybe even fun. But now you're in meetings all day, putting out fires, dealing with details, chasing invoices, making decisions in every department. You've become chief of everything, and it's draining. And what's worse is you probably feel like you can't stop because the business needs you. Your clients need you, your team needs you, and no one else seems to have the full picture. That's the moment when many business owners tell themselves, I just need to push through, I'll figure it out later. But here's the thing, later doesn't come, not unless you stop the cycle. And the first step to doing that isn't adding more, it's cutting through the chaos and simplifying everything down to one clear path. Now, if you've tried to fix this before, you've probably heard the usual advice. Work harder, get up earlier, push through, launch a new offer, buy another course, try this latest hack. But all of that, it just adds more noise, more input, more half-finished ideas. Because here's the truth. You don't need more tactics. So you don't need more hustle. You don't need more hours in the day. What you actually need is a filter, a way to see through the mess and isolate what really matters. That's what I discovered, not just from my own experience, but from working with owners of many different types of business. And that's where we're heading next. A new way of thinking, a different path to growth, a principle that simplifies everything down to one thing. Let's talk about that now. This is the most important mindset shift I want you to take away today. You're not broken, your focus is. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not missing some secret gene that makes other entrepreneurs thrive. You've just reached the limit of what unfocused growth can do for you. You've built something impressive, but now it's bloated, not better. And the more you try to grow without simplifying, the more overwhelmed and misaligned things become. It's not your systems. It's not your staff. It's not your offer. It's your lack of focus on the right thing at the right time. And once you fix that, once you realign your business around what actually makes the biggest contribution, everything changes. So how do you do that? By using the principle I'm about to share with you now. This is the heart of what I want to share with you today. There's always one thing that drives the most progress. Not 10, not 5, one. There is always one product that generates most of your profit. One type of client that brings the best results. One system that breaks everything if it fails. One team member you rely on most. One offer that actually works. But when you're drowning in complexity, it's impossible to see what that one thing is. That's why I created the One Principle, a structured process that helps business owners uncover the hidden bottleneck or breakthrough buried inside their business. Because once you find it and focus on it, everything else becomes easier, clearer, more aligned. You start making smarter decisions. You stop chasing shiny objects. You regain your time and your sanity. The One Principle is the shortcut to clarity you didn't know you needed. Here's how the One Principle works in practice. It's built around 3 steps. Number 1, one focus. First, we identify the single most leveraged area of your business. The one thing that either holding everything back or unlocking growth. Number 2, a clear plan. Next, we create a simple focus strategy to address that one area. No fluff, no noise, just aligned strategic action. Number 3, aligned growth. And finally, we help you rebuild around that one. So every system, every person, every offer supports the same direction. When you apply this principle, you stop operating reactively. You stop getting pulled in 10 directions. You stop doing 100 things with mediocre results. Instead, you move forward with clarity, confidence, and consistency. That's the One Principle in a nutshell. Next, I'll walk you through the 12 key focus areas where we apply this lens. So where do we look to find your one? We examine 12 core elements of your business because one of them is nearly always the hidden bottleneck or the hidden breakthrough. Let me give you a quick overview of each. Number 1, product. Are you selling too many things? Is your flagship offer still your best? Number 2, customer. Are you working with the right people or just the loudest? Number 3, task. Where is your time going and what's not giving you any real return? Number 4, systems. Are you still cobbling together tools that don't work well? Number 5, staff. Do you have the right people in the right roles or are you picking up the slack? Number 6, marketing channel. Are you marketing where your ideal clients actually hang out? Number 7, partnerships. Are you going it alone or ignoring leverage sitting right in front of you? Number 8, price point. Are you charging what your offer is actually worth? Number 9, niche. Have you stayed focused or drifted into trying to serve everyone? Number 10, customer service. Are you building loyalty or just firefighting complaints? Number 11, money management. Do you know your margins? and manage your cash proactively. And number 12, innovation. Are you evolving or coasting on outdated ways of working? When we assess these 12, the pattern always becomes clear. And once we find your one, that's where we focus. Let me give you a hypothetical example to show how this works. Let's say you've got good revenue, solid products, a decent team, but you're still stuck in the weeds and cash flow feels tight. We run the one diagnostic together and we discover your price point is the real problem. You're undercharging for your best service, which means you need more clients just to stay level. More clients equals more time, more delivery stress, more staff pressure. But when we isolate that one issue and raise your prices strategically, it has a ripple effect. You start earning more with fewer clients. Your team capacity opens up. You attract better fit customers. And suddenly, everything feels more manageable. You didn't need a rebrand. You didn't need a new funnel. You just needed to fix the right thing. That's what the one principle helps you do. Here's a real example from a client I worked with recently. She runs a successful local accountants. From the outside, it looked great. Consistent revenue, a growing team, lots of services on offer. But inside, chaos. Her calendar was packed. The team was stretched thin. They were managing too many different types of clients and trying to deliver too many custom packages. After applying the one diagnostic, we uncovered her leverage point. Focused the business around one core service, the one that brought in 80% of the revenue with 30% of the effort. So we streamlined. We dropped low-value services, declined wrong-fit clients, rebuilt the team around delivering that one core result, fast, well, and profitably. The outcome? A 35% increase in net profit in under 90 days. Lower stress, clearer marketing, better clients, and for the first time in 2 years, a 3-day weekend. That's the kind of shift the one principle makes possible. The biggest myth in business growth? That success is hiding in your next idea. We've been trained to chase strategy after strategy, but strategy without clarity is just noise. You don't need another playbook. You don't need a new tech stack. You don't need more frameworks. What you need is a spotlight, something to cut through the fog and show you what really matters. That's what the one principle gives you. It doesn't hand you a generic answer. It gives you the right question. What's the one thing that's slowing everything else down or holding everything else back? Because when you shine a spotlight on that, the next step becomes obvious. You're no longer overwhelmed with choices. You're aligned with what actually works. And that's when your confidence returns. That's when momentum builds. That's when growth feels possible again, because now it's focused. When people go through the one diagnostic or the full one sprint with me, I hear the same kinds of things again and again. It finally feels doable. I was spinning in circles. Now I've got a clear path. I cut 10 hours a week and increased revenue. I'm enjoying my business again. This is what happens when we clear away the noise and anchor everything around one focus point. You stop trying to fix 12 things at once. You stop second guessing every decision. You stop reacting and start leading with clarity. And it doesn't take months. Sometimes the shift happens in the first 30 minutes of the conversation. Because often the answer was right there. You just couldn't see it through the fog. The one principle doesn't add pressure. It takes it away. And that's the point. Simplification isn't just strategic, it's emotional. It gives you space to breathe and build again. Let's recap what the one principle actually helps you do. It helps you escape complexity, the kind that builds up over time and silently suffocates your business. It helps you focus on what matters most, not by guessing, but by diagnosing what's truly blocking growth. It helps you create aligned, profitable growth, the kind that feels like flow, not fight. And most importantly, it helps you get your time and your sanity back. This isn't about getting busier. It's about getting better. It's about doing less, but with more clarity, more control, and more calm. Because when everything in your business is pulling in one direction, success becomes inevitable. And it all starts by focusing on just one thing. If everything I've shared today resonates with you, if you're sitting there thinking this is exactly what I need, here's what to do next. I offer a free one diagnostic call. No pitch, no pressure, just a focused conversation where we walk through the 12 elements of your business and pinpoint your highest leverage opportunity. We'll find your one. We'll identify the real source of the overwhelm and the clearest path forward. You'll leave the call with insight, direction, and a sense of control again. Whether we work together after that or not, the value you'll get from that conversation is immense. And if we do move forward, I'll show you how the one sprint or one advisory program works. So here's your invitation. Message me the word one on LinkedIn or visit oneprinciple.co to book your diagnostic. Your next chapter could begin with one simple conversation. Let me leave you with one final thought. Growth doesn't come from adding more. It comes from choosing less better. It comes from clarity, from knowing exactly what to focus on and giving that focus your full attention. Because the truth is, you don't need 17 new strategies. You don't need to rebuild everything. You don't need to do more. You just need to align your effort with what really matters. That's what the one principle gives you. It brings you back to what's essential. It clears the clutter. It gives you a business that feels like yours again, one that's simple, strong, and scalable. And it all starts with one decision: to stop spinning and start focusing. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this conversation has sparked something, a new perspective, a sense of relief, or maybe just a thought that, yes, this is the clarity I've been looking for. You don't have to stay buried in complexity. You don't have to do it all on your own. And you don't have to keep pushing without direction. Let's simplify your path to growth. Send me a message with the word one on LinkedIn or head to oneprinciple.co and book your free diagnostic. You're just one decision away from less stress, more focus, and smarter growth. Let's make it together.